All right, so this is my final donation report and my reflection video for Marketing 321. So, what worked with the fundraising project for me? The first thing was using LinkedIn as a method of outreach. I searched on LinkedIn to find a lot of my prospects, but I did use LinkedIn to actually reach out and initiate a conversation, and it was very successful because this shows that I put a genuine effort and interest into the person, into the prospect. But I would really use LinkedIn to have a little small conversation, but then use that to translate it into an opportunity to then talk over the phone or Zoom about their career, and then also bring up the Scout fundraising project as well. So that worked really well for me, and I would do that again. Something else that worked was posting a link on Facebook. Someone else in the team actually told me this, and I used it for myself, and I did find a donation through posting the link on Facebook. So that also worked as well. So we'll just start with challenges first. A challenge for me was finding a prospect who fit the desired criteria for the fundraising project. So this fundraising project was for disabled scouts in the West Virginia, Pennsylvania area, and the desired criteria would be either someone who did scouting before or someone from the West Virginia, Pennsylvania area, near like Laurel Highlands, I believe it was. So this was a challenge for me because I'm from the West Coast, so I don't know nearly as many people from this area in this part of the United States. So I feel like if I was a little bit more local to the area, I would have a lot better success, or I would have had more success with my prospects. And I also don't know too many scouts. There was one that I did outreach to on LinkedIn, and he gave me the biggest donation, so that was very nice. That was good. Um, but it still was a challenge to find that desired criteria because it would have made it a lot easier because those people are the most likely to donate and donate the most amounts of money. Um, Another challenge was using email as a means to initiate a meeting. It just didn't really work, and I feel like this probably was the case because a lot of people get so many emails nowadays to where sometimes emails can get lost. So that's just natural. Some lessons I learned: asking for referrals is pretty uncomfortable, but it is necessary. It's just weird to ask, at least for me, because I've never done it before. Heck, I've never cold called before until this project, so it's a little uncomfortable, but it's something that I definitely learned that I need to get better at. Um, Another thing is I have to invest more time into higher quality prospects. I mentioned my challenges, but still, if I put a lot more time into it, I feel like I could have found those prospects just with a lot of digging and searching the internet or asking people. So that's something that I would do again different, or something I would do differently if I did this project again. Some victories for me: I successfully completed my first cold call while getting a donation. I've never done cold calling before. This is the first time with this project. So I am proud that I did successfully get a donation through the means of doing a cold call. That's something that I haven't done before, so I will hang my hat on that for sure. Another thing is that 210 of the money I raised is going towards helping a disabled scout go to camp, and it's going to put a smile on their face, and it's going to show them that their disability is not going to hinder their experiences with the world. So I really hope that it gives them great joy. And even though I didn't raise enough money to send one scout alone to camp, um, I am glad that I did raise money um, that will be used in making sure a disabled scout does go to camp and has a great time, builds friendships, and learns a lot of leadership qualities as well. Another victory of mine is that I did get a pretty big donation. I got $160 for one of my donations. That was from the former scout who I did reach out with on LinkedIn. So I am very proud of that. That was a very sizable donation. So I am proud of that. These are my total funds raised for this entire project right here. You can look at it right there, 210. So my growth as a salesperson after this project. How have I grown? Well, now I have the ability to actually conduct a cold call and to prepare a general script beforehand. I had no knowledge about this before. I hadn't practiced doing cold calls, but after doing it with this project, I feel like I am ready if I do need to be in a situation where I do have to outreach to people via method of the phone. And I can also feel comfortable talking with them on the phone, and I don't freeze up. I also have the ability now to not be fazed by hearing no. This is something that I did hear a bit during cold calling, but that's okay. I mean, at first, it definitely was a bummer and it did bring me down, but with all this practice, I mean, sometimes sometimes it's just going to happen. And like in baseball, if you bat 3 for 10 you're still a really good player. So I'm not really bothered by no's anymore. I understand, and I also know how to counter some objections now as well. But overall, I'm not fazed by the word no anymore. And lastly, I learned how to maximize the feature and benefit of the service or product. So in this case, this was a fundraiser for disabled scouts in the West Virginia, Pennsylvania area. So for a former scout, the benefit is that you're helping a kid experience the same thing as you did when you went to scout camp. And if you learned a lot of leadership, then by you donating, you're gonna help a disabled scout learn those leadership qualities that's gonna take them through life. So that will be it for my presentation.